Two things: you're not wearing your seatbelt. Two things: you're not wearing your seatbelt. Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather. You don't have your lights on.
Exit the vehicle now!
Oh, Jacksonville, Florida, you've gone and done it again. You've proved even further that you are essentially the Mesa, Arizona, or Fort Worth, Texas of Florida. Just like you did way back when you decided to brutalize Brittany Christian by invading her house without probable cause or a warrant, and causing irreversible nerve damage to her arm, and when you realized that there were no criminal charges you could give her, you decided to plant a bug in her seat to make her look crazy. Okay, in actuality, that was the sheriff's office of Jacksonville, Florida, and not the police department that time, but that should give you an idea of how brutal and iron-fisted these cops are in this city. While our focus is not going to be on that situation in particular, since we've talked about it before, the story that we're highlighting today has to do with the events that took place on February 19th, 2025, with the victim being a 22-year-old William McNeil, and the main perpetrator being an Officer D. Bowers, or as we're going to call him, Officer Bowles. I don't know about the rest of you, but considering what we're about to show you, I'd say that's quite fitting. So one day, Officer Bowles decides to conduct a traffic stop on this man for no other reason aside from him not using headlights during the day. Yes, Officer Bowles is that stupid. And while it's true that Bowles is going to claim in this video that he needs to be using headlights during inclement weather, if you look at the Florida state statutes, it specifically says during rain or storms. And with this initial part of the body cam footage being displayed where Bowles states this to dispatch,
Yeah, Florida 24 Bravo Echo Charlie Whiskey on a silver Kia. I don't like this.
that alone eliminates any other probable cause that Bowles may have had. And so he approaches William McNeil, who opens his door and states that his driver's side window is broken, all while asking why he's being pulled over.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather. You don't have your lights on. Two things: you're not wearing your seatbelt. Two things: you're not wearing your seatbelt.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying?
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
77, 35. I'm proper driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle. 25 seconds. For 94, the driver just slammed the door and locked it.
Call your supervisor.
Yep.
Units and leaders, 25 units, 1050 at West Palm and Commonwealth.
25 seconds. If anybody responded, come in from Commonwealth, block the vehicle, please.
Okay, so in order for me to properly explain why William McNeil would have been justified to do this, especially considering that he never took off after shutting that door, first we need to take a look at this from face value. What we see here is a traffic stop being conducted with the only reason being that he didn't use headlights during inclement weather, even though we clearly see in the body cam footage that there was no rain present. And according to Florida law, once again, it has to be during that inclement weather. Not only that, but even though Bowles claims that this guy was not wearing a seatbelt, the fact that he told dispatch that the occupants of the vehicle are unidentified should easily imply that he couldn't tell whether or not he was wearing a seatbelt. But if you want to talk about the legality of the situation, considering all those other factors, a couple of court cases to talk about in this situation would be Pennsylvania v. Mims and Brown v. Texas. Let's start with Pennsylvania v. Mims, which states that it's held that the order to get out of the car issued after the respondent was lawfully detained was reasonable and thus permissible under the Fourth Amendment. Keep in mind the word lawfully. And also keep in mind, once again, that this cop only stopped him because he wasn't using headlights without the presence of rain. And he could not claim that this man was not wearing a seatbelt, considering that he, once again, told dispatch unidentified occupants. This implies something else, and in order for me to explain, let's take a look at Brown v. Texas. Now, although the Supreme Court case has to do with when a man was arrested for not identifying himself in a high crime area, what this would imply is that a cop needs probable cause, proper probable cause, or reasonable articulable suspicion of objective facts that somebody has committed, is about to commit, or is committing a crime in order to get their identification. And in a way that's even said in Terry v. Ohio as well. All these things put together, this man really did have the right to close that door and take off if he wanted to. There is nothing that this cop could have hemmed him up on. But even so, we all know how this ends. Let's take a look at what happens when this coward calls upon more reinforcements to deal with a situation that really didn't need more reinforcements in the first place.
Hey, I'm about to break a window. I'm about to break a window.
Alright, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Here.
1033 at 1521 hours.
What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason? Step out now. Get on the ground. No, don't fucking. Get on the ground.
Put your hands behind your back! I'm resisting! Hands behind your back!
Now that was the body cam perspective of what happened when the Jacksonville PD released this very recently, in order to try and justify defending themselves against this. But the thing that completely and utterly destroys their credibility is what 904 Will on Instagram, that's William McNeil behind that channel on Instagram, caught on camera himself.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all, and then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Here.
1033 at 1521 hours.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir?
Step out.
What is your reason?
Step out now. All right. Get on the ground.
Don't.
Get on the ground.
Stop fighting!
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back!
I'm resisting.
Hands behind your back!
What's wrong with you?
I was putting my hands behind my back.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
No fucking stupid shit, bro. I was doing it, bro. What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No, bro.
Yes, bro.
You
Yes.
have a lawful reason,
Big
bro.
knife center in here too.
You gonna throw my phone like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off of you,
man.
bro. Yeah.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
That's how it works.
Too late.
It ain't gonna too late.
When they asked you to step out of the vehicle, you should have done that shit.
So your partner didn't even ask.
Marijuana in his right pocket.
Yes, it is.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong, sir. Can you back me up to the car so I can clean up? Shut up. You was bugging my shit, bro.
We see in this footage that aside from closing the door and locking up his car, William McNeil put up no other show of resistance, not even attempting to reach for the knife that was on his floor. Why is this important to keep in mind? Because Officer Bowles claims in his police report that he was reaching for the knife, and that's why he broke the window. I don't know, we the people, who are you going to believe? Law enforcement officers who are legally allowed to lie to the people, or your own lying eyes? Oh yeah, did I also mention that when McNeil was in handcuffs and on his stomach, on the ground, several cops were on top of him, and one of them was punching him repeatedly in the thighs and butt. Again, I cannot stress this enough. What crime was he being arrested for? Oh, you know, nothing much, just resisting arrest without violence. So let me get this straight. The man was charged with resisting without violence, even though the cops somehow felt the need to sucker punch him and then punch him more repeatedly when he was on the ground and in cuffs, with several officers on top of him and digging his face into the concrete. Seriously, I don't understand how people like the Officer Tatum can justify this with a straight face. Especially considering the fact that there were no other charges given to him aside from a charge that at best would be a secondary one. Because in order to resist a lawful arrest, you have to be arrested for some other crime. If William McNeil actually did reach for his knife, they could have claimed something along those lines and then resisting without violence. But there's a bit more to this than meets the eye. Obviously, let's take a look at what the police chief, Waters, had to say about this during a press conference.
I know that he was charged with resisting arrest without violence.
Yep.
But there was, when I go back and look at the other video, from the cell phone video,
Yeah.
I can understand the officer punching the window out. But what I don't understand is, and I know you said that this was not ruled criminal, sucker punching the guy in the jaw.
First of all, let me stop you. Not a sucker punch. Not a sucker punch. I'm not excusing that administratively. I'm going to say that to you one more time. I'm not excusing that administratively. There are things that we definitely need to look at. But the context of this video should tell you everything you need to know.
Well, again, I take it, it looks like it's a sucker punch because he's looking straight and you see this.
Right.
Okay, and then you see them pull him out and then you see a couple of punches to the face. Now, again, I understand breaking the window, but they charged him with resisting arrest without violence. So I saw a lot of violence. I think the public saw a lot of violence against somebody that was not violent.
Well, first of all, Eric, don't try to talk the public into what they saw. They just saw the same video as you saw. So what we're doing, what I'm saying is that it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
This is the information that I wanted to share with the public in context without a short clip. It's very important to do that because it provides a lot of information to the public.
And you brought up
It's important, let me finish. It's important for the people to know that you're not allowed to resist a police officer when he's doing his lawful duties.
Exit the vehicle now!
Once again, I have to ask you, we the people, who are you going to believe? The police, who are legally allowed to lie to the people, or your lying eyes? Because Waters claims that no sucker punch ever happened. That's not what happened in this viral video that got over 8 million views on Instagram at all. No, don't believe that, believe us. We're from the government and we're here to help. Now, as bad as all this was, there is a bit of good news to come from this. For starters, Bowles has been placed on administrative leave, and an investigation has been opened up on his conduct. Now, chances are they're probably going to say that there was no legal wrongdoing because cops love to protect themselves and their own, but at least it's something. You know what I mean? Not only that, but after William McNeil suffered a concussion, a chipped tooth, and short-term memory loss as a result of the brain damage that occurred from those cops punching him, he found a couple of lawyers to help him sue the Jacksonville PD. And just as a final comment on this whole situation, some of you might be wondering, do I, or any of us at ROR, think that this was racial profiling? I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. No, I really don't think it was. And the reason why I say this is because cops have proven all over America, for the most part, that they don't racially profile. They will violate the rights of and ruin the lives of, or kill, anyone that they don't like. Whether they're male or female, whether they're black, white, or Hispanic, whether they're crippled, blind, deaf, or completely healthy. Cops in America, for the most part, do not discriminate on who they ruin the lives of. But who knows, maybe I could be wrong. What do all of you think about this unlawful arrest and police brutality that occurred? We would love for you to share with us in the comments down below. Not only that, but we're also going to leave a link down below to the original video on 904 Will's page on Instagram, since seemingly no other channel who has highlighted this incident is doing so themselves. Make sure to let him know that recognizing our rights said hello. Not only that, we the people, but I personally think that this would have been a perfect opportunity to have an attorney at his side during this traffic stop. I genuinely believe that if he had help from an attorney at this moment, it's highly unlikely he would have been brutalized. But how could he possibly have an attorney at his side at all times when they're stupid expensive? Well now, we the people, that's exactly where Attorney Shield comes in. A one-of-a-kind app developed by Lackluster and Long Island Audit that allows you to have an attorney on speed dial for these kinds of situations, as well as allows you to record your interactions with nobody, not even the cops, being able to stop you from doing so. If you're at all interested in this one-of-a-kind app, we encourage you to check out the description, the pinned comment, or the QR code on screen. And make sure to use our promo code of ROR1776 so you could get your first purchase 10% off. All that out of the way, we the people, thank you once again for tuning in. We sincerely hope you enjoyed this one, all things considered. Until next time, never stop loving the good old Constitution.